certification barriers. In the past, when we had students who were on our teacher training programs, we had 50-odd students, specifically with refugee and migrants backgrounds. And we know, of the ones we're still in touch with, we know half of them are working as further education teachers in London. We're very grateful indeed now that the Director of UCL Institute of Education, Professor Becky Francis, has agreed to present letters of recognition to our students for this year.
And the programme and our partnership with Reconnect aims to support refugees in higher education and, of course, to train teachers for London. That's so important to us here at the UCL Institute of Education because, as you've heard a little already, at the IOE we pride ourselves on academic excellence in support of public education systems, both here in London, nationally and internationally. We're immensely proud of our success in these areas, our research strength really feeding the evidence base in education, and our global prestige. As you'll know, you can't miss it when you come into the building. We're #1 rated in the QS Global Rankings for the 6th year in a row. So we really are achieving this international prestige and excellence for public education systems. The programme itself responds directly to our mission, which is about responding to rapid changes in society, to work to reduce social inequality, and to produce research evidence to uphold social justice. You know, that's at the heart of the IOE's work, and this programme is a key exemplar of that commitment. And I'd really like to thank Theodorus Abraham and Jay Derrick for their outstanding leadership in this area, and I'm sure we'd like to... So it's a real privilege for the IOE to be able to recognise these talented individuals who will bring diverse expertise and experiences to our education system, so we benefit hugely by their input, their professional expertise that they'll bring from their different national contexts and so forth, and the deep experiences that they'll bring, which will of course resonate with our diverse population across London and the South East. But also we recognise their triumph in adversity, the moving commitments that we heard on that video. I loved, you know, empowerment, determination. That speaks to all your journeys, and that's what we celebrate with you today. So I'm really pleased to have the opportunity to take part in this event that celebrates World Refugee Week, and to thank Reconnect, which, as you've heard, are a key partner in our work. And I'm also delighted to be helping to recognise the achievements of our Reconnect students over the past year by presenting UCL letters of recognition to each one of them. And I really want to share again my warm congratulations to your achievements here.
Okay, what we're going to do is we're going to call the students up in the groups that they studied in. So we're going to have the autumn term group first. I'm going to call all your names, and I'd just like you all to come forward, and I'll try and get the right certificate for you as you come up. The difficulty is that some people aren't here. So if you get the wrong one, don't worry about it. We'll sort it out later. So we'll start, and I'm going to read out, I thought it would be interesting to read out people's names, but also the countries they come from originally. So we have, for the autumn term, Abdul Razak Rabi from Lebanon, Manaf Al-Ahmed from Syria, Lula Bata from Eritrea, Sofian Belal from Algeria, Fariba Ibrahimia from Iran, Zacharias Hagdu from Eritrea, Kidist Hailu from Ethiopia, Anisa Lazi from Albania, Joseph Oladosu from Nigeria, Sega Menkir Yohannes from Ethiopia, and Ahmed Khalif from Somalia. Please all come up as... I'll shake your hand out.
Well, congratulations.
Anybody else from the autumn term? I have lots left. So now the spring term we have. Halima Akbas from Turkey, Mohammed Amagashu from Yemen, Hussamuddin Al-Saman from Syria, Nushin Asghari from Iran, Neda Ashaik Ali from Saudi Arabia, Ismail Conte from Sierra Leone, Tasneem Ullah Hydrani from Pakistan, Endokachu Haile from Ethiopia, Haiken Haile from Ethiopia, Khadija Hijazi from Lebanon, Asal Karim from Iraq, Goitom Moulay from Eritrea, Kofi Serget Parkom Ngessan from Cote d'Ivoire, Puyan Vista from Iran, Elijah Kolawole Johnson from Nigeria, Amir Thaveni Kavinthan from Sri Lanka, and Jonsi Mutayai from the Democratic Republic of Congo. Here we go. Right on. Come down. One more. Well done, you got here just in time. And now for the summer term, who are still actually, they haven't quite finished yet. We have Aisha Abdel Magoud from Egypt, Ismail Akbas from Turkey, Raga Al Khalifa from Sudan, Mojaba Amini from Iran, Hatice Bozkurt from Turkey, Seda Koskun from Turkey, Emmanuel Emnetu from Eritrea, Ahmed Garira from Libya, Mulugeta Hagos, Eritrea, Talil Hakim from Syria, Fariba Mohammadi Hariri from Iran, Babek Hashemipur from Iran, No Ali Hassan from Sudan, Kastina Ikemchukwu from Nigeria, Destiny Chisholm Israel from Nigeria, Elizabeth King from Iran, Soraya Mohammed from Iran, Dania Mulugete from Ethiopia, Jean-Leon Nwama from the Democratic Republic of Congo, Janet Omondi from Kenya, Mariam Ruentan from Iran, Toler Asinye from Ethiopia, Michael Tesfaye from Ethiopia, and Magmuli Shema from Kosovo. You said you wouldn't be able to come? I don't know. There you are. There you are.
Thank you very much.
Right at the beginning. Oh, I'm just sorry about this. There we go. Here we go. Let me get that. Here we go. Showing up. Charming, isn't it? And right. Yeah, we'll get this last one. Thanks very much to Becky for coming down to do that. And she agreed to do this at very short notice as well, which is really good. In fact, thank you very much. We had 50 students on the programme this year, 52 students on the programme this year, and we hope that maybe next year there may be more. Right, we're now going to hear a few words from the director and founder of Reconnect, who are the organisation that funds this programme, and who we are proud to be partners with, and have actually been partners with for a very long time. So this is Theodros Abraham.
Okay. Good evening, everyone. Congratulations to our students. I'm really pleased to see this day. Okay. I'm pleased to have the opportunity to say a few words about Reconnect during our commemoration of World Refugee Week. A week that stirs emotions among those who have experienced the challenges of exile, but a week that can also celebrate at events like this the success and determination of refugees in their efforts to rebuild their individual careers and livelihoods in a new environment, in a country of asylum. The work of Reconnect reflects our response to the needs and aspirations of refugees, as we endeavor to make some contribution to supporting them to realize their potential. At the outset, I would like to draw our attention to the essence of World Refugee Week, a week when we commemorate the challenges and suffering of people forcibly displaced around the world. According to the latest statistics of the UN High Commission for Refugees, at present there are 68.5 million people displaced in the world, and 85% of them are in developing countries. Half of the displaced people are under the age of 18. We should also remember the 40 million people who are displaced in their own countries, often referred to as internally displaced people, often out of the jurisdiction of the UNHCR. What is Reconnect? Established in 2003, we're a charity that works with unemployed and underemployed professional refugees by creating opportunities for them to return to their professions, by organizing training courses, work experience, and one-to-one guidance, also creating opportunities for refugees to contribute to their skills to development in developing countries, while at the same time we draw attention to issues relating to global displacement, especially in the context of the United Kingdom. Our working definition of the term refugee has a wider developmental context, to include those asylum seekers who have been recognized as refugees under the Geneva Convention, or those who have been granted humanitarian protection and discretionary leave to remain, formerly known as exceptional leave to remain, and those who have obtained indefinite to remain and have been refugees but who now have UK citizenship. Since establishment in 2003, Reconnect has been engaged in education projects primarily focusing on the provision of 2 innovative, highly quality teacher training programs for refugees through partnership with mainstream academic institutions, namely UCL Institute of Education and Birkbeck. These programs have enabled 54 unemployed, underemployed refugees, 30 men, 24 women from 20 countries of origin to gain qualified teacher status. Many of these teachers are now teaching in the post-compulsory sector in the UK, mainly in London. The partnership into Teaching for Refugee program with the Institute of Education enabled 40 refugees to gain a PGCE in post-compulsory education. The work was part of the London Hub for Refugee Teachers funded by the Department of Education. The funding stream was withdrawn in 2011 by the incoming government based on short-sighted policies. Since when UCL kindly continued to accept refugees referred by Reconnect on its mainstream program, albeit with considerable constraints, until eventually UCL Institute of Education found itself unable to support refugees without the injection of new funding. It would be useful to highlight the importance and the key factors that necessitated our pathways into Teaching for Refugee project. Refugees' determination and efforts in rebuilding their careers and livelihoods following disruption caused by displacement. Second, increasing interest among many refugees in gaining a teaching qualification, thereby improving their livelihoods and enabling them to make a positive contribution to the UK and to their respective countries when they are in a position to do so. A part-time teacher training program often provides the most viable opportunity for many refugees, vis-à-vis their respective personal and family circumstances. The inadequacy of organized assessment, guidance, and support provisions to facilitate the entry of refugees into teaching. The available services are few, fragmented, unfocused, and short-term. Refugees need a structured program to support them to return or to join teaching. A structured program that includes the provision of English for academic purposes, study skills, guidance, and support, and exposure to virtual learning environment, Moodle, associated application. They also need support to cover fees and the cost of travel, learning materials, and childcare. Most refugees are in need of support to upgrade their English language and study skills. This is the case because the majority of refugees have come from the non-English speaking countries, experiencing economic hardship and conflict, and where state academic institutions have had to bear the brunt of low investment in education, often associated with poorly trained teachers, overcrowded classrooms, inadequate provision of learning materials. The fund raised by Reconnect in 2018 have enabled us to support 52 students in the preparation for higher education program in this academic year. We have also managed to support 2 students on the full-time PGCE post-compulsory program, leading to a qualified teaching status. Just a breakdown of our graduates today. In terms of gender, 24 female, 46%, 27 male, 53%, country of origin, 22 countries, as you might have heard. Academic background, 2 PhD, 26 masters, 16 bachelors, and this includes 2 dentists, 1 general medicine, 2 diploma, 4 baccalaureate, A-level access foundation, and 2 certificate of higher education. We need funds now to support students starting in September 2019. Both the preparation for higher education program, costing 1,000 per student, and 2-year course teacher program, which is a PGCE post-compulsory program, leading to a teaching qualification cost 15,000 per student. On behalf of Reconnect, I appeal to you to make a contribution to our funding efforts and to help us to support refugees in 2019-20 academic year. For how you can support us, please refer to our newsletter, which is in the event pack that you should have, and also our website. I take this opportunity to thank our trustees, volunteers, and supporters for all their efforts and commitment to the work of Reconnect. Our thanks also to the Sarah Hayward Foundation and our partner Computer Aid International for funding our program at UCL Institute of Education. Finally, my thanks to UCL Institute of Education for your continued support and partnership. this evening's celebration is a testament to our enduring partnership. It's particularly good to see a cross-section of the wider UCL Institute of Education community here this evening, as we are keen to engage with them, including academics and student union, students at large, as part of our endeavors to help refugees to access mainstream and quality education to realize their potential in higher education and teaching. Thank you for coming, and thank you for listening.